Hello, we are going to make paper mache today. That's going to be so fun. So, what you are going to need to make paper mache before we start the lesson, you need to get these materials. You need to get your plastic bowl. You're going to need to get about start with a half a cup of flour. Half a cup of flour. And a half a cup of water, a spoon, and your science notebook. You're probably going to want to cover your table with some sort of old newspaper, but don't use too much because we're going to need the old newspaper or old recycled paper, any old recycled paper that you have, paper that you can recycle, not recycled, because we're going to recycle it. Any old paper that you have that we can paper mache with. So go ahead and get those ingredients, and then I'm going to explain to you what paper mache is. Alright, so paper mache is another way, it's like an arts and craft kind of way, that we can recycle paper. Rather than throw the paper away and just let it get trashed in the garbage and then we have to cut down another tree to make some things, we can use our old paper to make new things that we might be able to use in our house. Today we're going to make a bowl out of recycled paper, and you do that by doing this activity called paper mache. So what you need to do is you need to take your flour and your water and pour your water into your flour and give it a good mix. Now, if you need to make more paper mache, it's equal parts flour and water. So if you think that a half a cup wasn't enough and you need to make more, next time use 1 cup of water and 1 cup of flour. It's equal parts. And it makes a really cool mixture. I'm mixing mine really good because you want to get the lumps out and stuff. And if you find that it's a little runny, just add more flour. But you want it to be the consistency of pancake batter. Okay? Yum. The consistency of pancake batter. So, this is called wheat paste, and it's what we use to do the paper mache. And you can color it too, like I've done with just a couple of drops of food coloring. You can color the wheat paste, and it just adds a nice little effect. But today we'll just keep it white. And if you do more paper mache in the future, you can color it. You can also, after the paper mache, after we're done making our bowls, you can paint those too. Alright, so this is good. It's lump-free. So this is our wheat paste for the paper mache. You're going to need this bowl. Now, I have tons and tons and tons of these old store flyers. I get store flyers every week in my mailbox. And so this is what I'm going to use. Plus, I like the colors on them. So this is what I am going to use to make my bowl. I'm going to show you how to rip the paper to get it to the right size for paper mache. So you just take out a piece of the store flyer. You can use newspaper. You can use printer paper. That's no good if you guys have a paper collection stack in your house. Any paper really works for this, but I just have tons of this, so this is what I'm going to use. And then where it's folded, the crease here, I'm just going to go ahead, and it tears super, super straight and easy, just like that. And you're going to want to rip a lot of this ahead of time because it's going to be too hard and too yucky to do while you're paper macheing. Your hands are going to get messy, and it's just not going to be very fun. Now that you have your strips like this, you're going to want to about palm. My palms are obviously bigger than yours, so the size of your mom's palm size. It doesn't have to be, they can be smaller than that, but you don't really want them too long, or else you're going to run into problems. So smaller is better. So go ahead now and take some time ripping your paper, and then come back to me when you have a nice big stack of ripped paper. Alright, so I am just about done ripping my paper. I hope you have a nice big stack now. And so, what we're going to do first to recycle this paper and take this old paper and turn it into something that we can use, we're going to recycle it, is we have to get, well, I shouldn't say have to. If you don't want to get your fingers messy, I suppose you could use a brush of some kind, and it would probably work just as fine. I like to get messy, so it doesn't bother me to get my hands dirty as long as I have all of my materials that I need. So I have my wheat paste, and I have, this is what we're going to use as a mold. Say mold. Mold. This is what we're going to use as a mold. So this is what our bowl is going to be shaped like when we're done. Okay? And you can use just about anything as a mold, and paper mache around it. You just want to make sure that if you're using something that's delicate or priceless, you might want to cover it in saran wrap first. But you can use just about anything for paper mache. It's actually really fun. So what we're going to do, this is going to be kind of tricky because my webcam is not working properly, so I'm going to have to hold it up as I do this. But what we're going to do is give this another quick stir. Okay. That's good. Is we're going to dip our hand into the paper mache wheat paste. Let me move you a little bit. Okay. I have a little bit more space. So I'm dipping in, and we're gonna, do you see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing? I'm covering the outside of the container. Okay, if you don't do this, then you're gonna have a really difficult time getting your paper mache off of the bowl. Okay. So you wanna get that all pretty goopy. All right. And then, now you're going to take some pieces of paper. And yes, it's going to be tricky, but this is where we're going to get our fingers working for us. And we're going to smooth it on. Now, there's a rim. Do you see this rim on the bowl? Don't cover that rim. Oh! I have an itch, and now I just got wheat paste in my face. Try not to paper mache the rim of the bowl, okay? Just go as right up to it, like that. And then that's about it. All right, and so we're going to keep adding and adding and adding paper all the way around. Okay, it's going to stick really, really good. Okay, but, so now you can see I've got it around. Now I'm going to take some more wheat paste and I'm going to go over the newspaper that I just put down there. Because we want to, I guess we can say, soak the newspaper right up with the wheat paste. Now, there are some other techniques that you can use where you actually, this is even messier though, where you can actually take the paper and dip it right into the paper mache, but then you have to scrape the excess off like this. And now you got two messy hands. But it is an effective way to get the newspaper really drenched in that wheat paste, which is what we want. So this is a process, because after you get it covered the first time, you have to cover it again, and then you have to cover it again. You have to have at least 3 layers of paper mache. So it's gonna take a while. I'm not joking, but it's fun. So it doesn't bother me that it takes a while. And now I have some dry paper. Like, if you have dry paper, cover it with paper mache. See what I'm doing with my fingers? Keep covering with the paper mache. This wheat paste, well, I don't want to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to have to discover what's going to happen with it yourself. But it's important that you get a lot of wheat paste on here. Like, a lot. Okay? And then cover some more. And cover some more. Don't forget to go all the way around. Now, obviously, when you're doing it, you're going to be able to have your bowl sitting on the ground, on the table, in front of you. I can't do that because then you can't see what I'm doing because my web camera doesn't want to work right now. So, and then I got dry paper, so I'm going to cover it with the wheat paste. See, I've got dry paper right there. Cover it. And then you just keep layering and layering and layering and layering. Okay? I would say a good 3 full layers. Maybe even 4, because you want a nice, strong, sturdy bowl. And get these edges really good too. So it's going to take a while, but that's okay. All good things take time. Okay. So now I have a bunch of dry pieces stuck there, so now I'm going to cover them. Okay? So you're just going to keep doing this process. Probably going to be a half hour or more of doing this. But that's okay. Get the bottom really good because you don't want it to break. So I'm covering it with paper. Oops. And notice how I'm laying the paper really smoothly. Okay, really, really smooth. I don't have wrinkled paper. I don't have, I'm trying to keep it flat and smooth. Okay, flat and smooth. Because however you leave it to dry, that's how it's going to dry. So if you have big lumps and wrinkles and stuff, you're going to have big lumps and wrinkles when it dries. So keep it smooth. Unless, of course, you like big bumps and wrinkles. And that's up to you, I guess. I want to make sure I get these corners covered. This is how I'm putting it. Yeah. I'm going to get these edges covered real good. More paste. All right, so I think you get the idea now. Keep it smooth. Keep it slimy. And you will have a beautiful, beautiful paper mache bowl when it dries. Oops, that one was a folded piece. I'll do that. down. Beautiful. Okay, I gotta wash my hands real quick. So put that down. Wash my hands. In your science notebook, I want you to write about what you thought about this activity. What did you like about it? What did you maybe not like about it? Did you think it was fun? Why did you think it was fun? I've got paper mache on my keyboard right here. That's all good. So I want you, it's, your opinion about what you thought about this activity. I always find it hysterical reading the passages in the notebooks about this activity because some kids love this kind of stuff, and some kids are like, "Oh, that was the worst thing I ever did. It made my hands feel gross. I don't ever want to touch that stuff again." It's really funny. So you tell me your thoughts about paper mache, and if you would maybe do it again, and if you think, if it's a good way to recycle paper. And I also wanted to show you. Here's my paper from the other day that I made with you. Not too bad. I only have a couple little holes in it because I was really, really stretching it out thin. So now I can write on it and color it. It took a long time for mine to dry, all weekend. But it's finally dry, and I have paper again. All right, so finish up your paper mache. Put it in a nice place for it to dry. It's probably going to take all night, maybe two nights to dry. And then I'll show you how to take it out of the container. Okay. See you later. Have fun. Don't forget to write in your science notebook. And I would love to see some videos of you guys paper macheing and put it on Seesaw. All right. Bye.